Rock 106.9 WCCC on the hotline right now. It's Fox, Connecticut meteorologist Rachel Frank on the phone with us. Hi, Rachel.
Good evening, Craig. What's up, everybody?
It's snowing outside. Did you know that?
It is, actually. I was just driving home from dinner, and the ground is already snow-covered, even though it's not even snowing that hard. It's just so cold, so It's sticking, and everybody forgets how to drive, apparently. And I got caught behind some old lady or something, and it was painful.
Now, being a meteorologist, when it snows, do you, start getting, a little bit antsy? Do you start getting worked up and being like, yeah, this is cool? And you probably think about it a lot differently than other people, too, right?
Well, I get really nervous because I want to put out the best forecast, the most accurate forecast out there. So I'm always checking my radar, even if I'm out to dinner. I'm totally obnoxious with all the people around me. I'm constantly looking out the window. I'm like, okay, it's still snowing. They're like, yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
You needed to be a meteorologist to tell me that. So it makes me nervous, but I am really in the zone when a storm is coming through, even if you could call this a storm, because last year this would have been just a regular
nothing. This would have been exactly. It would have been like a normal Thursday night. I have one question for you because I just observed something, and when the snow started falling a couple hours ago, it was like these tiny little flakes, and now I'm looking out the window here in the studio, and the flakes are getting really big. I mean, there's those big, heavy white flakes that are just dropping out of the sky. What makes it change from little flakes to big ones?
So we started off with just a little bit of moisture moving in, and some of the snow was actually evaporating before it reached the ground. But now all the moisture in the air is saturated. Those flakes are actually sticking together and they're clumping.
Yep.
And that's why you're seeing those bigger flakes now.
Have you ever seen two snowflakes that are alike?
You know that is impossible. Don't we learn that in kindergarten, Craig? Come on.
Are you sure? Have you checked all of them?
I have. I go out and I look at all of them under a microscope.
All over the whole world?
No, I've only done the East Coast so far. I'm working on it.
I think that's one of those lies that your kindergarten teacher would tell you, no two snowflakes are alike. They just make that crap up.
Probably. They all look alike to me. They're all those pretty shapes. I mean, have you ever looked at one up close? They're so pretty.
Yeah, and they're crazy, under a microscope.
Yeah, definitely.
Not that I collect them under microscopes or anything like that, but
that's your project for tonight. If you have any free time,
that's your project.
Please, I'll be watching the radar.
All right, here's the deal. We got a storm, over us right now, and then we've got another one coming on Saturday. Let's talk about tonight first.
All right, so tonight I'm thinking an inch or two for most of the state, maximum 3 inches. I'm sure 1 or 2 towns will report it, but most of you will fall within the 1 to 2 inch range. The snow's going to be over with by the time the sun comes up, so it'll just be the plows kind of catching up. I'm sure there's going to be some school delays, but kids, if you're listening, I am so sorry, but do your homework because you probably have school. And Saturday, we've got a bigger storm, Craig. I mean, not crazy powder skiing and snowboarding like you're looking forward to, but at least bigger than this one. Right now, to me, it looks like 2 to 4, 2 to 5 inches of snow, which, again, last year would have been nothing, but this year is a little bit of a bigger deal. We'll have to watch it. If the snow is fluffier, we could see higher amounts, but for now, I think 2 to 4, 2 to 5 is a good range.
And
not a backbreaker, though.
What time do you think that storm on Saturday is going to be over? Because we have a Connecticut Whale game that we're at, and then we're going to be out at McKinnon's doing an after party. Is that going to be over in time so people can, still get out of the house to come out?
Well, I think the roads will kind of be a little bit sloppy, a little bit slippery, but I think most of the steady and heavier snow will be starting to taper off in the mid to late afternoon. So by the evening, if there's any snow around, it should be in the process of ending. So hopefully, if anybody wants to get out, they can do so, but I can't guarantee the roads will be okay. Clouds got to catch up.
You're such a breath of fresh air, because everybody's so, everybody's already freaking out about this storm that's going on right now. And then they're like, oh my God, another one on Saturday. Should we run out and get bread and milk and eggs and all this crap? And you just, you come in here very calmly and you put everybody at ease.
Well, I let people decide if they're going to head out and do whatever they want to do. And, I just tell the forecast and you can decide if you want to buy bread, milk, and eggs. And yeah, I try not to scare people. That's my goal.
I try to scare them. I try to tell them, this is the end. You probably won't survive this storm. I mean, even on a storm like tonight, I'm like, this could be your last night on the planet.
Jeff Fox, he works with me at Fox, and he said something funny. He said, what is it about snowstorms, the bread, milk, and eggs? does everybody get cravings for French toast? And I thought that was so funny.
Yeah, French toast is a great idea when you're snowed in.
It is, right? I'm going to go make some right now.
Yeah, sounds good. All right. Rachel Frank, you can check her out on the Morning Extra, too. She's, like, doing some swapping and stuff and doing a great job at it, too. So make sure you check her out on Fox, Connecticut. And then in a couple of weeks, she'll be back to doing her normal shift, which is nights, right?
That's right, 4 and 10 p.m.
All right. We'll be looking forward to seeing you back on your home turf.
Thanks, Craig.
All right, Rachel.
For calling.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rocket Hockey.
Join the Rock 106.9 WCCC.